goodness, I wasn't muted this whole time, was I? That'd be terribly awkward. That'd be terribly awkward if I was muted this whole time. Alright. I am going to get this stream going. About 3.5 minutes in. Alrighty, I do believe that I am back in Haven. And everybody's ready to report. Good. So, we'll go get everybody's report. And then I'm going to go chat up Iron Bull before we start our stuff. No voice. You can't hear me in the video at all?
My scouts are posted on the ridges in case there's any trouble.
Are you just hearing me across the apartment? Okay. So there's no voice in the video? Okay, hold on. Nope. Microphone's not mute. Da 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 da. And still registering on the PlayStation. Da 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 da. Hold on. Da 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 da. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How about now? How about now? How about now? How about now? Voice track number 4. Can you hear me now? Goodness me. Okay. No breathing issues or anything? My goodness. I have no luck with technology. A little too loud. That's an easy fix. Sorry, still technically working on. How about this? Is this any better? Is this a little better? Okay. Good to go? Couldn't hear the game as well. Can you hear the game now? I don't know if there's no sound coming from it. Voice track number 5. Be an honor to serve the Inquisition and improve the Medal of the Orlesian Chevaliers by doing the Maker's work. I accept your generous offer. Thank you, Gaspard. Or whatever your name was, I don't remember. Post set up along the Imperial Highway, ostensibly to guard trade routes and facilitate procuring supplies for the Inquisition. Eyes on all approaches. Fourth night, a caravan carrying refugees makes camp nearby for protection. After midnight, a young woman on crutches makes small talk with a patrol guard. After he passes, she crouches and makes the mark on a tent post. The woman pretends for half an hour to know nothing. When it becomes clear the ruse will not work, she kisses an Andrastian locket and says glory to those across the seas. She dies. The locket was poison. Alrighty. Hold on just 1 second because I want to test the in-game sound because I don't know that there's any sound coming from it right now. So let me go talk to Iron Bull real quick before we say that it's all clear. Hold on, Adam.
These truths the Maker has revealed
Hold on.
to me.
I need to make sure that the game is good. That the game sound is good. I need to make sure that that you can hear the game.
For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water.
I was gonna go talk to Bull. I'm going right now. Here's Bull.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Canary learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
I'm impressed by what Cullen has accomplished with the troops.
Damn right. It takes time to build a group into a team, but he's got their loyalty. Now he just needs them to make a decent shield wall, and they'll be good to go. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
Then maybe we need one. I'd be willing.
You? Huh. Why you?
Nobody else seems to be stepping forward, and since I can seal rifts, I'm here whether I like it or not. If it proved necessary to have an Inquisitor, I could make a go of it.
For a second there, you sounded like a Canary. My people don't pick leaders from the strongest, or the smartest, or even the most talented. We pick the ones willing to make the hard decisions, and live with the consequences. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass, and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't, but it could.
Can I help you with anything?
Yes. You can get in my bed, Crim. Talk before I pick an option? Just me talk? I'm not that interesting. Yes, I'm talking. I am talking. La da da da. Oh, good? Okay.
We'll talk later.
Alrighty. So, with the sound test finally out of the way, making sure that the game is able to be heard and myself, we are going to go and start the main story quest. We have all the companions we can get for now.
See me near, for I walk only where you would bid me.
And so, I'm going to start our main story going. Alright.
Have
So,
you kept in touch with our friends in Lady Esterly's estate? Several balls will play for her tomorrow night. We will have names soon enough.
alright. With Jean Gaspard removed from play, Carolina or Monet will almost certainly be the next Duchess of Lides. As the struggle intensifies, Carolina has sent agents to cause a scandal, judging that Monet does not have the skill to avoid such snares. Monet has relied upon Mother Renee, her mentor in the Chantry, for advice upon how to strengthen her claim to the duchy, and the revered mother, in an attempt to protect Monet, has sent mercenaries to threaten Carolina's life. I think I'm going to put Monet in.
Let's see what we have.
And that'll keep Liliana busy for the entirety of... Completed. Okay. So there's nothing more to do over in Orlais. Gather coin. And it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to do over here in Ferelden either. Alright. So, I'm going to send someone on a gather coin mission.
Let us begin.
We'll send out Josephine. Alrighty. So this is the one we want. This one over here is the Champions of the Just. That's the Templar quest. If you wanted to recruit the Templars. This is the one I'm doing, however, in Hushed Whispers.
We don't have the manpower to take the castle. Either we find another way in, or give up this nonsense and go and get the Templars.
Redcliffe is in the hands of a Magister. This cannot be allowed to stand.
The letter from Alexius asked for the Herald of Andraste by name. It's an obvious trap.
Well, duh, to trap. But...
Isn't that kind of him? What does Alexius say about me?
He's so complimentary that we are certain he wants to kill you.
Not this again.
Redcliffe Castle is one of the most defensible fortresses in Ferelden. It has repelled thousands of assaults. If you go in there, you'll die. And we'll lose the only means we have of closing these rifts. I won't allow it.
And if we don't even try to meet Alexius, we lose the mages and leave a hostile foreign power on our doorstep.
Even if we could assault the keep, it would be for naught. An Orlesian Inquisition's army marching into Ferelden would provoke a war. Our hands are tied.
The Magister
has outplayed us.
The Magister's son, Felix, told me Alexius is in a cult that's obsessed with me. I doubt they'll graciously receive our apologies and go about their business.
They will remain a threat, and a powerful one, unless we act.
We cannot accept defeat now. There must be a solution.
Other than the main gate, there's got to be another way into the castle. A sewer? A watercourse? Something.
There's nothing I know of that would work.
Wait. There is a secret passage into the castle, an escape route for the family. It's too narrow for our troops, but we could send agents through.
Too risky. Those agents will be discovered well before they reach the Magister.
That's why we need a distraction. Perhaps the envoy Alexius wants so badly.
While they're focused on Lavallon, we break the Magister's defenses. It could work, but it's a huge risk.
Fortunately, you'll have help.
This man says he has information about the Magister and his methods, Commander.
Your spies will never get past Alexius's magic without my help. So if you're going after him, I'm coming along.
Yes,
The plan
you are.
puts you in the most danger. We can't in good conscience order you to do this. We can still go after the Templars if you'd rather not play the bait. It's up to you.
Nah, I'm good. Have to take Dorian. Have to. goodness me. So, I'm going to take Cassandra. Do I want to take Solus or do I want to take Sarah? I think we'll make this the most magical party ever. We're gonna take Solus. Wait. Whoops, didn't mean to get rid of ya. Blah, blah, blah.
Announce us.
The Magister's invitation was for Mistress Llewellyn and no one else. You lot wait here.
They have to accompany me. You wouldn't deprive me of my attachés, would you?
My Lord Magister, the agents of the Inquisition have arrived.
My friend, it's so good to see you again. And your associates, of course. I'm sure we can work out some arrangement that is equitable to all parties.
Are we mages to have no voice in deciding our fate?
Fiona, you would not have turned your followers over to my care if you did not trust me with their lives.
Of course she trusts you, Alexius. I'm sure lots of people put their lives in your hands. You have one of those faces.
Yes, the Magisterium tells me that so often. Shall we begin our talks?
Yes.
The Inquisition needs mages to close the breach, and I have them. So, what shall you offer in exchange?
Nothing at all. I'm just going to take the mages and leave.
And how do you imagine you'll accomplish such a feat?
She knows everything, Father.
Felix, what have you done?
We made sure to disarm your trap before we came in. I hope you don't mind.
I've yet to see your cleverness, I'm afraid. You walk into my stronghold with your stolen mark, a gift you don't even understand, and think you're in control.
Absolutely.
You're nothing but a mistake.
What do you know about the Divine's death?
It was the Elder One's moment, and you were unworthy even to stand in his presence.
Father, listen to yourself. Do you know what you sound like?
He sounds exactly like the sort of villainous cliché everyone expects us to be.
Dorian, I gave you a chance to be a part of this. You turned me down. The Elder One has power you would not believe. He will raise the Imperium from its own ashes.
Blah, blah. My cult is better than yours. I've heard it 1,000 times.
Well, you know, it's a chance for the Imperium to really one-up that whole starting the Blight thing.
He will make the world bow to mages once more. We will rule from the Boric Ocean to the frozen seas.
You can't involve my people in this.
Alexius, this is exactly what you and I talked about never wanting to happen. Why would you support this?
Stop it, Father. Give up the Venatori. Let the Southern Mages fight the breach, and let's go home.
No, it's the only way, Felix. He can save you.
Save me?
There is a way. The Elder... Seize them, Venatori. The Elder One demands this woman's life.
Your men are dead, Alexius.
You are a mistake. You should never have existed. No!
And so the quest truly begins. The quest of asking a lot of questions.
Blood of the Elder One. Where'd they come from?
Alrighty. Broadcast barrier. Before I really start blasting these guys away. Alrighty.
I could do this all day!
Displacement. Interesting. It's probably not what Alexius intended. The rift must have moved us to what? The closest confluence of arcane energy?
The last thing I remember, we were in the castle hall.
Let's see. If we're still in the castle,
Alright.
it isn't. Oh, of course, it's not simply where, it's when. Alexius used the amulet as a focus. It moved us through time.
He sounds so much more excited about that than anybody else ever would.
Did we go forward in time or back, and how far?
Those are excellent questions.
Dorian, you were supposed to put your
We'll
stuff
have to
away.
find out, won't we? Let's look around, see where the rift took us. Then we can figure out how to get back. If we can.
You have a plan to get us back, I hope.
I have some thoughts on that. They're lovely thoughts, like little jewels.
Well, let's hope those little jewels work. Because I could really use some work in jewels. Wow. Alrighty. So, I'm gonna grab one thing. Oh, I don't have a level up yet. Duh. Dorian's the one with the level up. Dorian, barrier. Upgraded barrier. Fire! Immolate. Flashpoint. Clean burn. Pyromancer. Wall of fire. There we go. Get that going. Alrighty, that way Dorian can protect himself if he needs to. Prison key. Yay. Ooh, other stuff to loot. Jewels. Like little jewels. Ha 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 ha. How utterly perfect. Alright. Let's go this way.
Alexius has made a dreadful mess of this place, hasn't he?
I didn't see this part of the castle.
It was covered in the tackiest carvings of wolves and dogs I'd ever seen. This is not an improvement.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe it is. No? You're not gonna let me go that far? Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Onward we go. Who's this?
Andraste blessed me, Andraste blessed me. My tears are my sins, my sins, my sins. Andraste guide me, Andraste guide me.
Lisas. Hello? Do you remember me?
Andraste blessed me, Andraste blessed me.
This poor guy. I feel really bad for him. It's a shame. Cells. I don't believe we find any companions or anybody. Not this early on. Alrighty, 2 guys down. Alright, we're gonna go this way. To the left, to the left. Everything you packed in the box to the left. Alrighty. 2 ways to go. Gonna go this way. Alrighty. So now it's coming down to time to actually find people who we can talk to and such. Down here. Alrighty, no one in here. Which means... here we go. And there's only one way to go. No one in that cell, no one in that cell. Lootage. Lootage! Ooh, a bunch of materials. Huh. Oh. Oh. And we found Fiona.
You're alive. I saw you disappear into the rift.
Fiona, is that really you?
What's left of me?
Can you tell us the date? It's very important.
Harvest Mia. 942 Dragon.
942? Then we've missed an entire year.
We have to get out of here. Go back in time.
Please, stop this from happening. Alexius serves the Elder One, more powerful than the Maker. No one challenges him and lives.
Yeah.
I've never fought a god before. This should be memorable.
Our only hope is to find the amulet that Alexius used to send us here. If it still exists, I can use it to reopen the rift at the exact spot we left. Maybe.
Good.
Maybe.
I said, maybe. It might also turn us into paste.
You must try. Your spy master, Leliana. She is here. Find her. Quickly. Before the Elder One learns you're here.
I hate the fact that Liliana's here. Liliana's just here to hurt me. Okay. So Fiona was the only thing this way.
If red lyrium is an infection, Maker, why is it coming out of the walls?
Are you sure you want to find out?
Apparently I already went that way. Yeah, there was nothing that way. Okay. So now across the hall. Okay. And 2 more ways to go. No one down here. Alrighty then, this way. Everybody else must be down here. Alrighty, I'm guessing one's in one direction and the other's in the other.
The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world and into the next. For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water. You've returned to us. Can it be? Has Andraste given us another chance? Maker, forgive me. I failed you. I failed everyone. The end must truly be upon us if the dead return to life.
You look wounded. Maybe we can help.
Nothing you do can help me now. I'll be with the Maker soon.
Alexius sent us forward in time. If we find him, we may be able to return to the present.
Go back in time? Then, can you make it so that none of this ever took place?
That's my hope.
Alexius is master. After you died, we could not stop the Elder One from rising. Empress Celine was murdered. The army that swept in afterwards, it was a horde of demons. Nothing stopped them. Nothing.
I should have been there to help you.
You're here now.
I'm sorry. Oh, nope, they're both on one side. Alrighty, cool. That makes my life easier.
You're alive. We saw you die.
The spell Alexius cast displaced us in time. We just got here, so to speak.
Can you reverse the process? You could return and obviate the events of the last year. It may not be too late.
You look bad. Is there anything I can do to help?
I am dying, but no matter. If you can undo this, they can all be saved. This world is an abomination. It must never come to pass.
We'll have to go up. I've heard the guards saying that Alexius barricaded himself in the throne room.
Okay. Ready to go. Check for loot. And then we'll go find the throne room. Alrighty. Back we go. Running, running, running.
Find them! They must be here somewhere!
I didn't see you teleport through there.
Andraste, have mercy on their souls.
We may not have much time. Let's find the Magister quickly.
Let's find the Magister quickly. Hold on, I have to learn a new spell. So to say. I'm only grabbing this. that comes in handy. Alright. Okay. So everybody is fully healed. Praise his name who is risen from the darkness. Praise his name who is striven for the light. Praise his name who has walked the golden city. Praise his name. The old gods are no more. The maker never was. The new God is among us. Praise his name. Dark shit. Alrighty. Searching the room. Supply cache. Which I don't need right now. Two-handed hilt. And... whew! Free money! And some armor! Good deal. And what's this? Alexius keeps asking for patrols of the walls. Waste of time if you ask me. The Inquisition ground themselves to a pulp against the walls ages ago. Ferelden made 3 attempts to lay siege here before the last life got crushed out of them. Who's left out there to threaten us? The mountain barbarians, but Alexius seems to expect a siege. Man's gone completely mad. Better to put the men on watch inside the walls. Most of them blasted rifts. More of those blasted rifts open every day. It was better when we still had the people for blood sacrifices. Unbound demons have emptied the castle, village, and surrounding countryside of everyone who's not sleeping in their armor. Now it's just wild demons everywhere. Yeah. So far what we've learned is Alexius has essentially killed everyone in a wide radius. He's gotten rid of all of the townsfolk. He's gotten rid of essentially almost everybody in like a 20-mile radius of Redcliffe Castle. Oh crap, I don't have a rogue. Shit. Alright, well that's my fault now, isn't it? I should have brought Sarah. TBH. Alrighty. A lot of crafting materials. Here in Redcliffe.
There is no maker. The Elder One has taken all that is his and will soon rule from his city.
That still doesn't make him a god.
Ah! There is no god but the Elder One. The Maker is dead. Say it.
Never. I'll die a good Andrastian before living a second as one of you.
You!
actually aiming at the mage, Daenerys. Good job.
The Elder One does not suffer rivals of any kind.
Cassandra? Cassandra? Troubles? Cassandra cannot figure out where to go. That's one of the things that bothers me, is that your companions are like constantly wandering if you get like within like 2 inches of them.
Tell me how Labella knew of the sacrifice at the temple.
Never.
There's no use to this defiance, little bird. There's no one left for you to protect.
You're wasting your breath.
So I know this.
The elf.
Oh, I didn't think this was the room with Liliana in it, but
you will break.
I will die first. Or you will.
This is some impressive size.
You're alive.
Well, that was impressive.
Anger is stronger than any pain. Do you have weapons? Good. The Magister's probably in his chambers.
You aren't curious how we got here?
No.
Alexius...
I'm so sorry for everything you suffered.
We have to reverse his spell. If we can get back to our present time, we can prevent this future from ever happening.
And mages always wonder why people fear them. No one should have this power.
It's dangerous and unpredictable. Before the breach, nothing we did.
Enough. This is all pretend to you. Some future you hope will never exist. I suffered. The whole world suffered. It was real.
Yeah.
What happened while we were away?
Stop talking.
I'm just asking for information.
No, you're talking to fill silence. Nothing happened that you want to hear.
Yeah.
We need to find Alexius. I'm sure he'll be in the nicer part of the castle, if there is one.
Thanks, y'all. There for a moment I thought we had one of the despair demons here. Those things are awful, awful, awful. Alrighty, one Fade Rift closed out of like 5. Few to go.
The Magister needs more power for his rituals.
No!
Come forth and serve the Elder.
Nope, you're a demon now. Cool shit.
Alexius can't have wanted this.
I don't think he wanted this. Alexius does admit that this was all for, ultimately it was all for, Felix. I can't imagine that this is what he had planned in victory. Alrighty. Everybody's drank a potion. I think I'll leave that supply cache here. Well, you know what? I may as well use it. Because it's not like I'll be coming back to this area. Alrighty. Onward we go. And I think there's going to be another...
The breach hits!
Fade
Everywhere.
The Elder One and his Venatori. They are the ones who opened the breach.
Yeah. Although I have to admit, that is kind of pretty. Creepy, but pretty. Demon, do-do-do-do. Get everybody a shield barrier. Super useful. What? I'm fine. I'm not even taking damage. Ooh, hold on. Is that a speed up? No? Slow down? I don't need this. I actually want to get out of this. Yeah, speed up. Oh, Fade Rift's ready to be closed. Damn. Okay. So. Where'd we go? Fade Rift number 3. Alrighty, Fade Rift closed. Alrighty. Alrighty. bunny hop my way to victory and right through this door. Royal Wing. Okay.
No!
Connor! It was an act of courage. He knew there was no other way to resist. He resisted that demon to the last.
Man, that sucked. Poor Connor. That was a really tough decision to make, man. Alrighty. Ooh. Spellbinder's Journal. With every failed time spell, the Magister grows a bit more paranoid. Or perhaps it's not paranoia, since the Elder One really will kill him for his failures. The distinction hardly matters. After the 10th failure, began locking himself in the Great Hall during his waking hours. After the 20th, he had foot soldiers excavate a shard doorway from parts unknown and painstakingly install it in the castle. Now his most trusted assistants can only see him if we all go at once together, which we must do twice a day to bring him his meals, as he never leaves that room at all. Yeah, sounds about right. Paranoia, it really screws with ya. Alrighty. Cool stuff. Nothing works. I've tried countless times to go back before the Conclave explosion, before Felix's caravan was attacked by Darkspawn, before the Venatori first arrived in Menrathas. Without success. The breach is the wellspring that makes this magic possible, and travel outside of its timeline is impossible. The Elder One's demand that I change the events of the Conclave can never be fulfilled. He may kill me failing him, but I must protect Felix from his wrath. Sometimes there is no protection one can offer. And one more room in this part of the hall. Grenade belt! Because that's just what a girl needs in her life, is a grenade belt. Why are both the doors open? Which door did I come through? Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Another supply cache? Yep.
What became of Felix? Do you know?
Yes, I know.
And you're not going to tell me?
You'll find out soon enough.
Liliana's kind of being a bitch. So, gonna have everybody who needs one take one, so that we get the most out of our supply cache pickup. Because I have to take this. Alrighty. So we are all full on supply caches. And so the hunt begins. Alrighty. So. Oh boy. That's quite a few enemies. Alrighty, I'm glad we're all fully healed and stocked up on potions. Alrighty. Hello. Screw you. That would explain why there's so many enemies. Another Fade Rift. Hello. I did not nearly fade step to where I wanted to fade step to. Okay. Oh wow, only one wave. Okay. Okay.
The Magister's grown paranoid. He's barricaded himself in there and will not come out.
But of course. So we already knew that Alexius is paranoid.
What in Andraste's name is that? Hold on to it. I want to look at it later.
Alrighty. 5 gold. Alright. So.
Maker's breath. Where did Alexius find this? How did he even move it here?
Can we open it?
Perhaps. But it looks quite strong. How desperate and paranoid must he be? His servants must have a way through. He has to eat. Let's look around.
Alrighty, so that is our red lyrium enabled door. Okay. So. Hi, Dorian. Through some more hallways.
Are they praying? Let's try to take them by surprise. Block the stairs!
The warrior! I'm falling back!
No, you're not. You're fine. Don't be such a baby. Alrighty. I'm gonna get some of these guys that are a little further back. Here.
Doesn't look like the Elder One is interested in saving his followers.
Red lyrium shard. Okay. So now so there's another door. Apparently I was wrong. I don't want to climb up the ladder. Okay. Already open and fully ascend. Sorry. Okay, that's a supply cache. I don't want to deal with that quite yet.
Try to take out that enchanter quickly. Block them from coming up the stairs!
Over here, Mongols!
Stink like them. I could really go for some light reading.
What happened here? Find Alexius. That's all that matters.
Alrighty.
They haven't seen us. We could take them by surprise. Kill the enchanter!
Sorry for interrupting your dinner.
Red lyrium shards. Red lyrium shards. No. You don't let me Dragon Age. Nothing. Cool. Get tired. Not gonna be fall asleep yet though.
Watch out!
Oh. Here.
Damn you!
Alrighty. Huh? There's a wall over there. Introduction of blight to prisoner yield. Noticeable pattern. Healthy flesh taken from live subjects implanted in the infected will often die even before corruption spreads to it. In cases where implantation is successful, blight corruption spreads across donor flesh faster than host flesh. Prisoner Liliana has been the most useful source of resistant blood and skin to date. This is why Liliana looks like crap. It's because they've essentially been taking samples of her blood and skin off of her while she was alive. Beautiful. Okay. So we just bashed in through this wall. Into this room. Okay. buddy. Okay. And open that up there. Okay. I should have brought Sarah. Guess that's my own damn fault, though. Alright, loot the room. Some Bronto hide.
How much damage did Alexius' spell do?
Rift tore apart all of southern Thedas, starting here. But whether that's his doing or the breach, who can say?
Probably his. Just a thought. Okay, I don't want to grab that just yet. I have not managed to collect all of the shards that I require. Which means I probably missed a room somewhere. So we're gonna circle back through here. Because I'm certain I missed something. Oh, maybe I didn't come through here. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry about that. Okay. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Door opened. Door blocked. Door open. Door open. No doors. Door away. This leads back out into the courtyard. So we didn't miss one here. Okay. So we'll try going through here. Okay. No more clean with the ladder. that's all it's showing me is in here. Oh. Except for this chest, which I missed. But still no red lyrium shard. Okay. Okay, so doesn't seem like I missed anything there. Let's check over here. I know there's a playcast there, but I don't really use it. Oh goodness. Okay. So now that we got from 0 of 8 to 8 of 8, as far as potions go. Okay. That's what I think next night. Okay. Okay. It doesn't look like there's anything missing in this hall either. so I might have to take a nap. Okay. And now I only need one more. Oh, sorry.
Let's head back to the main hall. I think I know how we'll open that door.
Same. Alrighty. Finally have 5 out of 5. Oh. Took a bit longer because I'm tired. Me to fire off a spell. Oops. Oops, sorry. In the throne room.
It's over, Alexius.
So it is. I knew you would appear again. Not that it would be now, but I knew I hadn't destroyed you. My final failure.
Was it worth it? Everything you did to the world, to yourself.
It doesn't matter now. All we can do is wait for the end.
What do you mean? What's ending?
The irony that you should appear now, of all the possibilities. All that I fought for, all that I betrayed, and what have I wrought? Ruin and death, there is nothing else. The Elder One comes for me, for you, for us all. Felix.
That's Felix. Maker's breath, Alexius, what have you done?
He would have died, Dorian. I saved him. Please, don't hurt my son. I'll do anything you ask.
Hand over the amulet and we let him go.
Let him go and I swear you'll get what you want.
I won the world back.
No! No!
Alrighty.
Destroy us both.
Alexius fight.
Your death will be my apology! Where are your assassins this time?
Fade rift number 5.
Victory is impossible. The Elder One will destroy us. Your death will be my apology! How you gonna seal the breach? Your efforts are futile. This world's already... Your death will be my apology! So much for the mighty
Liliana. Helpful, Liliana.
Victory is impossible. The Elder One will destroy us.
He wanted to die, didn't he? All those lies he told himself, the justifications. He lost Felix long ago. Didn't even notice. Oh, Alexius.
This Alexius was too far gone, but the Alexius in our time might still be reasoned with.
I suppose that's true. This is the same amulet he used before. I think it's the same one we made in Minrathous. That's a relief. Give me an hour to work out the spell he used, and I should be able to reopen the rift.
An hour? That's impossible. You must go now. Elder One.
You cannot stay here. We'll hold the outer door. When they get past us, it'll be your turn.
We'll make this count.
The only way we live is if this day never comes.
Yes.
Cast your spell. You have as much time as I have hours. Though darkness closes, I am shielded by flame.
Yes. Oh, this is so sad.
Andraste, guide me. Maker, take me to your side.
You move, and we all die!
And off we go.
You'll have to do better than that.
Put aside all claim to Redcliffe and we let you live.
You won. There is no point extending this charade. Elix.
It's going to be all right, Father.
You'll die.
Everyone dies.
Well, I'm glad that's over with.
Same. Or not.
Or not.
Grand Enchanter, imagine how surprised I was to learn you'd given Redcliffe Castle away to a Tevinter Magister.
King Alistair.
Especially since I'm fairly sure Redcliffe belongs to Arl Tegan.
Your Majesty, we never intended...
I know what you intended. I wanted to help you. But you've made it impossible. You and your followers are no longer welcome in Ferelden.
But we have hundreds who need protection. Where will we go?
I should point out that we did come here for mages to close the breach.
And what are the terms of this arrangement?
Hopefully better than what Alexius gave you. The Inquisition is better than that, yes?
I know you are a mage, but consider how these rebels have acted. They must be conscripted, not coddled.
They have lost all possible supporters. The Inquisition is their only remaining chance for freedom.
It seems we have little choice but to accept whatever you offer.
We would be honored to have you fight as allies at the Inquisition's side.
We'll discuss this later.
Yeah.
I pray that the rest of the Inquisition honors your promise then.
The breach threatens all of Thedas. We cannot afford to be divided now.
Ooh.
We can't
Did I just
fight it
unlock?
without you. Any chance of success requires your full support.
I'd take that offer if I were you. One way or another, you're leaving my kingdom.
Of course.
We accept. It would be madness not to.
Of course it would be.
I will gather my people and ready them for the journey to Haven. The breach will be closed. You will not regret giving us this chance.
Alrighty, and so the mages have been recruited as allies.
It's not a matter for debate. There will be abominations among the mages, and we must be prepared.
If we rescind the offer of an alliance, it makes the Inquisition appear incompetent at best, tyrannical at worst.
What were you thinking, turning mages loose with no oversight? The veil is torn open.
We're not monsters. We can control ourselves without any outside help.
This is not an issue of self-control. Even the strongest mages can be overcome by demons in conditions like these. You were there, Seeker. Why didn't you intervene?
While I may not completely agree with the decision, I support it. The sole point of the Herald's mission was to gain the mage's aid, and that was accomplished.
The voice of pragmatism speaks. Here I was, just starting to enjoy the circular arguments.
Closing the breach is all that matters.
Closing the breach will require a lot of magic, and that means lyrium. I have contacts who can help.
Contacts meaning smugglers? Send them word. We need every advantage.
We have legitimate lyrium supply lines already.
And they don't need to hear of this.
Keep it under the table, and I'll do what I can to quiet rumors.
We should look into the things you saw in this dark future. The assassination of Empress Celine. A demon army.
Sounds like something a Tevinter cult might do. Orlais falls, the Imperium rises. Chaos for everyone.
One battle at a time. It's going to take time to organize our troops and the mage recruits. Let's take this to the war room. Join us. None of this means anything without your mark, after all.
And I'd hoped to sit out the assault on the breach. Take a nap, maybe go for a walk.
What is it they say? No rest for the wicked.
Meet us there when you're ready.
I'll skip the war council, but I would like to see this breach up close, if you don't mind.
Then you're staying?
Oh, didn't I mention? The South is so charming and rustic. I adore it to little pieces.
There's no one I'd rather be stranded in time with, future or present.
Excellent choice. But let's not get stranded again anytime soon, yes?
I'll begin preparations to march on the summit. Make her willing, the mages will be enough to grant us victory.
With enough leveling up and keeping our fingers crossed, it should be. Alrighty. Ah, Haven. How I'm going to miss you. Alrighty. Gonna go. Dorian is over by Solas. I should probably go talk to them.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Halamsharal? Cows milking farmers?
Give me time. I'm sure I'll surprise you.
I suspect that's untrue. Unless you strip yourself naked and allow the Chantry to flog you into repentance. Now that would surprise me. I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. To mages in general, I mean. The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
If that means they're anything like you, I approve.
Ha! There aren't many mages back home like me.
I'd believe that.
I never fit in. Bloodstains are so difficult to clean, you see.
So we're doomed to a future of blood magic, then?
Not at first. But you'd be a fool not to see where this could lead.
Thing is, the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed. By inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Tevinter, you mean?
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
I'm well aware of your finer qualities. Believe me.
Of course you are. You're a discerning and intelligent woman, after all. Now, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, me. I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
Fiona is... I don't know where she stands around in Haven. I know where she stands around later in the game, but I'm not entirely sure of where she stands around while you're still camped at Haven.
Why would your family be upset with your choices?
Because I rejected their idyllic plan. If they had their way, by now I'd be married to some unlucky girl from
Okay,
a
that makes sense.
family.
So she doesn't appear at
They'd
Haven.
live in luxurious
So she'll
despair,
appear later when
despising
we
each other as I waited to take my father's
move to
place in the
Skyhold.
magisterium. I declined the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see.
I'm getting the impression that you don't care much for your homeland.
On the contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Qunari can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way. I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
It just seems... so much of what you say about the Imperium is entirely negative.
It might sound that way. For all our faults, my people have many virtues. We are laden with history and culture. Tevinter is where Thedas truly began, remember? We treasure our past and preserve it. You can walk down a side street and find nothing built during the modern ages. And despite appearances, we care. Deeply. About everything. We have no reserve, not in war and not in love. If I truly believed my homeland was beyond all hope, I wouldn't miss it so much.
Alrighty.
I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad.
I will ask
I
Dorian
never
more
tire
questions.
of talking about myself.
Have you gone to see Alexius yet? He's in the cells.
Not yet, no. I saw him before they locked him up. He looked despondent, broken. Not the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show him mercy. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
Alright. Can we go talk to Solus?
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel. Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
I've been to the Fade before. I'd know it.
Point taken. What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witnessed.
Most people have trouble wrapping their heads around the idea.
I'm not most people.
I appreciate you talking with me about it. And not being most people.
If you wish me to speak of Olesian fashion, I may be at a loss. Magical surprises I can handle. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe. A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront.
Yeah, he's actually not very happy with me.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
All right. What can I tell you?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
So, hold up. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. Holy... I've played this game like 5 times. Solus is a Somniari.
Yeah.
Why did I just realize that? I've played this game like 5 times and I've had this conversation every single time. How did I only just realize that Solus is a Somniari? Like, Fanriel.
I gather you didn't spend your entire
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, but how did I just
Eventually,
realize
I was
that?
unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Somniari. In Dragon Age 2, you do a quest for a boy named Fanriel, who's having nightmares. You realize later that he's a mage called a Somniari, who are mages that can control their dreams with full consciousness, and other people's.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If our enemies destroyed the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
Ah.
Inquisitor, that is why I joined, not why I stayed.
Inquisitor? That's a little...
A little early.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train your will to control magic and withstand possession. Your indomitable focus is an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
Indomitable focus?
Presumably. I have yet to see it dominated. I imagine that the sight would be fascinating.
Solus's
we'll
flirting is so awkward. Alrighty.
You're right. I'm sorry. When you spend your days teaching the chanters...
Okay.
The veil holds no uncertainty for
I
her.
don't want to start any major quests.
Master Harry said we weren't to sell Inquisition blood.
And her shield.
What Harry?
Not right now. So... Oh, I should go talk to Cassandra.
And what are we supposed to do, exactly?
What you always do. Complain.
We've already spoken with Commander Cullen. No one listens. We want better quarters. We want the Templars kept at a distance. And some respect for...
This is not the circle. You mages are our allies, not our wards. Act like it.
How are we supposed to...
Deal with it.
Favorite conversation piece ever.
It never ends, evidently.
You don't need to tell me that.
I just don't know who told them I'm the one to yell at.
Is it that bad?
The mages are here as equals. They need to get used to what that means. It is your doing, after all. You created this alliance.
I had to think on my feet, and I did what I could.
Oh. I do sound like I'm blaming you, don't I? I don't disapprove. In fact, you did well. You made a decision when it needed to be made. And here we are. I wish I could say this was my doing.
I don't disapprove my ass. I literally gained disapproval from you when I made this alliance, Cassandra. So you don't disapprove my ass.
We wouldn't be here at all if you hadn't stood up against the Chantry.
You're being kind.
You're discounting your role in this.
Let's close the breach. Then we can say how successful I was.
I know, but she said she doesn't disapprove of this choice that I made. Yet I gained disapproval from this choice that I made. Just saying. I know, it's like bullshit, Cassandra. Bullshit.
Yes?
I have some more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
So you're the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
But what does a right hand do, exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
I doubt Cassandra will tell me about her brother.
What's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that?
Yes.
It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
That's what happens with stories that become legends.
I am not a legend, nor was I then. I was a young woman barely out of training. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
You're delightful. You know that.
No, I do not know that. I object. There is nothing delightful about me.
I beg to differ.
I think I preferred you in the stocks.
I'll let you get back to work.
Dirty. Okay.
Now that we've got better mounts, if you like, I can show you a few tricks to get more out of them.
Oh, can you now?
Fine, forget I said anything. You Fereldans, growling at everyone but your dogs.
No, go ahead. Who knows? Maybe some fancy noble riding might save my life if a scouting ride goes wrong. And maybe I'll show you a few tricks as well.
That motherfucker's weird. This is my favorite mount. Absolute favorite. Partially because it's basically a pink elk. Speaking of meeting in the war room when ready, I have to go collect reports, I do believe.
All men are the work of our Maker's hands.
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance in this matter, Lady Gore.
And my miners appreciate.
Liliana's still got another hour. So we'll let her do her.
My scouts still comb the hills for clues about the explosion. I'll take what I can find.
Some more money. Enter a request from Hasmal. I understand the Inquisition is working with Redcliffe's mages. I'm surprised someone from Kirkwall would condone my arrangement with them, but it does put you in a position to aid us. Hasmal's circle sustained significant damage during the uprising. Rather than follow the Lord Seeker, many of our Templars elected to remain and deal with the aftermath, but our resources are limited. Furthermore, we have loyalist mages with us. Hasmal's people would happily throw them to the wolves, even though they had nothing to do with the rebellion. As it stands, I fear we may fail in our duty to protect them. I trust you sympathize with our predicament. I humbly request our charges be transferred to the Inquisition. Knight Commander Bryson. Okay. I'm gonna say no to Sebastian. Hold on. Will anybody tell Sebastian no? Oh. That was not what I... Does anybody just tell him no? No. Josephine's just like, yes! Of course! So, no. How about you make Hasmal owe us a favor? Because I really don't want Sebastian. The University of Orlais. Death of so many good souls of the Temple of Sacred Ashes, which all too frequently uses the University of Orlais as a scapegoat for ills perceived or real. Considering your recent cowing of these clerics, the University is hoping you might see your way to protecting us from their rhetoric. Such a partnership could be beneficial for us both. We have research, magical as well as mundane, that we'd be pleased to share in exchange for aid in these trying times. Yeah, that should be good.
To work?
Alrighty, everybody's on a mission, and I think about 2 hours in, we're going to end the stream here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed Dragon Age Inquisition, and I'll see you next time. Bye.